I have a question. You ever find yourself in the midst of chaos and confusion and being super busy and super productive and super entrepreneur and super stressed and asking yourself, why are we doing this again? Well, I have an answer that may shock you. Maybe it's okay to not know exactly why you're doing all the stuff, all the things. Let me put this another way. Maybe it's good to keep the reason you're doing all the things solid and stable, but the approach you're taking to doing all the things flexible. More on that in this video. All right, so we're here with for our meetup with our apprentices at Songbird. I should give them a plug. I don't even know if they want to be on the web, but they are now. Songbird Coffee and Tea House in Phoenix, right down from the Grand Sheraton. It's one of our favorite places to come and drink good coffee.
Buenos dias.
This is Marshall Bone, our ambassador of awesome. Eater of banana breads.
Murray Sutherland, working with Ray as an apprentice. It's a blessing and a journey. It's awesome. So
hire Murray. Right?
Totally.
If this is your first time here, each week I bring a little more light to the subjects of how we thrive in every area of our lives, including faith, fitness, family, fun, friends, finances, and fulfillment. That sounds like a good life, eh? If you like more of that kind of stuff, then subscribe to this channel, and of course, if you click the notification bell, if you join the Bell Squad, then you'll know every time I put out a new video as soon as I put it out. So do that. It'll help you. I think. I'm working hard to make sure it helps you. All right, back to our subject. So there we were, 3 weeks into almost a solid month of travel to nothing but mastermind meetings, JV meetings, seminars, workshops. It was rewarding, but grueling. And the question came up from my assistant, actually, who said, why are we doing this again? This trip was another illustration of how I think we're doing things for one reason, but it turns out the actual reason we were doing it, the purpose behind it, was something totally different. The stated purpose of going was to go to the event, which is great, to connect with Jeff and John and some JV partners and old friends from the industry, which is also great, good stuff. And also, quite frankly, one more purpose was to show people that I am kicking Parkinson's ass, not the other way around. I wanted to show them that I'm alive and healthy and vibrant and doing well. And I am. That all happened, but that's not the reason we were there. First, I had two major spiritual epiphanies. Things I had seen before but not realized their meaning, and it just blew me away. I'm not going to go into that in this video because it's not germane to the subject, but just if I hadn't been there, it wouldn't have happened. So that happened. Secondly, I got to meet up with a lot of people who gave me testimony about how working with me, going through my material, being involved with our programs had really changed their life in a positive way and also affected them spiritually in a positive way. And that was extraordinarily meaningful and confirming to me. It was helpful. It was encouraging. Even the encouragers need to be encouraged, especially sometimes the encouragers need to be encouraged. And then, third, on the last day, hours before I boarded my flight home, I accidentally ran into somebody on an elevator. And that meeting, that chance encounter, that coincidental encounter on an elevator, probably changed the course of my business forever. Because we connected with some people who are facilitating the next stage of growth in our business that is mind-blowing beyond my comprehension. I know that sounds like a lot of hyperbole, but I'm not going to go into it right now. Just suffice it to say that in my wildest dreams, I could not have asked for or imagined something as big as what happened in the last hour that I was at this event. And it wasn't because of something I did or some effort I put out or some networking technique I used or some magic phrase or some magic business card. It was none of that. It came because I showed up. I just showed up with what I thought was a purpose, but God had a different purpose in mind. And it was a bigger, better purpose. I don't know how you feel about that, but that's what happened. There's a scripture in Proverbs that goes like this. The heart of a man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps. So we choose the way, but God establishes our steps, what we actually encounter on the path. That's Proverbs chapter 16, verse 9, by the way, if you want to look it up. The point is, this all happened without my help. Without my help. In fact, in many ways, in spite of my trying to help God make things happen. Something I'm always trying to do, apparently. God was able to set these things up for me, though, because I was already in motion. You know, it's hard to steer a boat that's tied up to the dock. If you want to steer the boat, you have to unhook from the dock and push out into open water. And sometimes that's a little scary. Let's put it another way. What's the value of planning if God's going to take our plans and lead them somewhere else? Somebody once famously said, if you want to make God laugh, just tell him your plans. So why plan at all? Why not just let things happen? Why not just magically wait for the universe to give you whatever you want? Well, because it doesn't work that way, first of all. Let me read you something written by President Dwight D. Eisenhower. He wrote the following. Plans are worthless, but planning is everything. There is a very great distinction because if you are planning for an emergency, you must start with this one thing. The very definition of an emergency is, it is not expected. Therefore, it is not going to happen the way you are planning. The details of a plan that are decided years in advance are often not correct, but the planning process itself demands thoughtful consideration of options and contingencies. The knowledge gained during this planning is crucial to the selection of appropriate actions as the future unfolds. Plans are worthless, but planning is everything. So it's okay if we don't know exactly why we're doing the things we're doing. We just know we're in the right way, we're on the right path. And if we can trust in God, we know that He will direct our steps. He'll show us what to do in the right moment at the right time. That may be too spooky for you, but that's how it works for me, and so far it's worked out pretty well. What do you think? Put your opinion below, subscribe, hit the bell, give us a thumbs up, say something nice in the comments, you know the stuff. Do all the things. Till next time, God bless, much prosperity, long life, and peace to your house. See ya. Oh hey, how about some scenes from our visit to Cleveland for Brian Kurtz's Titans Mastermind event? It was spectacular. Cleveland rocks. Check it out.
Music got the best in me ever since I was a child. Now it's showing its ugly face. What can I do? Music creeps into my dreams, wakes me into sweaty sheets, abandons me when nights died out. What can I do? What can I do? So I better use my legs and run before it is too late to flee. I feel the